Hello, I am Jing, and welcome to my show. Have you ever wondered about extreme random questions regarding extremely random people? Then this is the show for you. Our first interview for tonight will be also live, so be sure to welcome them. Alright, Sebara, so for your first question, how hard is Relic 2019 currently?
Well, it's the exact same difficulty it was back in 2019, but if you mean the current version of Relife, it's a little hard to find its difficulty because it's a one-player level, which is just by default hard to compare to other top 10s, which are all two-player. But it's probably around, like, Singularity right now, and by the end we're hoping to have it above Wistfully, and maybe even Ballistic Wistfully, if some crazy thing happens.
On that topic, how long do you think Relic will take to be completed?
Well, that's a very loaded question to answer because, well, I worked on it for 5 years on my own, and now there's like a whole team working on it. So I don't really know if that's going to make it faster or be about the same speed, because there has to be like managing done and like playtesting. But,
What about Zernitra?
how long will Zernitra take to be done? Well, Zernitra, at least in Geometry Dash's current state, cannot be finished because scroll speed bug would just completely destroy the level. And I don't think aligning that would be possible.
Favorite and least favorite top 50s.
Least favorite and most favorite top 50s. My favorite top 10 is Formosa. My favorite top 50s are Oimaya Con, Six Paths of Pain, Deadly Supersonic, Under the Sea, Zankus Trippy, and Goodnight. Other notable levels include Rogidian, Comet Observatory, Imperial, Nice Carbon Destiny, Rainstorm Devourer, Abyss, Silent Dry, Dystopia, Baseball, and Lightspeed. My least favorite top 10 is Cyberphobia. My least favorite top 50s include Rain, Regularity, Wayne, Sonic Processing, Meriday level with a lot of numbers, Level Submission, and 1450. Other notable levels include Rainbow Bridge, The Hell Sorcerer, and I don't know. This isn't an either list, but I would just like to mention 29, which are both levels by Mouse, and their names are awesome.
Favorite underwear brand and why?
Favorite underwear brand and why? Champion, because if you turn it sideways, the logo looks like a...
If you could change one thing in reality, what would it be?
I would remove that one fucking Tepig image that you loves to send me.
How many wood could a woodchuck if wood could chuck wood?
How many wood could a woodchuck if wood could chuck wood? Well, the wood would chuck all of the more wood than the woodchuck could chuck if the woodchuck could chuck wood. The wood would chuck more wood.
What's your favorite?
That one.
What inspired you to start creating Geometry Dash?
What inspired you to start creating Geometry Dash? I'm Rob Top Games.
Thoughts on Chefs the Second?
Well, it's, bad.
Seriously, Aura, fuck you, you know what? For our next interview, give it up for Edis. For your first question, thoughts on Taco Bell?
Taco Bell's alright. I think they have some good options, but overall it's alright. Nacho fries are good. Personally, I go with the cheesy gordito taco. It's a fun item to order. Simple, a lot of cheese. I like the cheese. Quesadillas are great too.
Is Ballistic Wistfully a FNF reference?
It's not a Friday Night Funkin' reference. It's a reference to this kind of obscure level series called a Ballistic series. It's from Ballistic Kingdom Miraculous. It's a pretty obscure level. Check it out. I didn't come up with the name, so I went this afterwards.
Is your name Edis a reference to sex?
It's not a reference to sex. It's a reference to this dumb level made by that one person. Oh, when I first started playing GD, I just liked it, so I was like, I'll name myself after that. But nope, someone did that, so I put an S on it. Kind of dumb.
Is equals at 15 clicks per second.
No,
Whatever happened to the other 7 us?
I don't know. They just disappeared one day and never came back. I replaced them, but it's never the same anymore.
Alright, wow, damn, that's a pretty rough story. For your final question. I'm sorry if this is a little bit personal, but what are your opinion on red bricks? What the hell, he disappeared. Wow, this show has kinda been going horribly so far. Guess I need to call on the other guest. Alright, so for our final interview, give it up for Glitchy.
Hi. Hi video. My name's Glitchy. Make sure to check out our sponsor, Ridge Wallet. They good shit. They wallet and they Ridge.
So for your first question, how did you find Ill, and what was the thought process behind your first level?
I found the list through Aura Zalev, the guy. Mainly because he was just kind of sending like stuff he made to my DMs, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. That's insane. Now, when you say first impossible level, do you want me to talk about Sweet Dreams or Scary Clubstep? Because those are like two very different things.
Talk about both.
Okay. So for my first attempt at an impossible level ever, this was back in 1.9. If you've seen the level, you'll know that it's just basically me trying to rip off Silent Clubstep, and I thought that was like the coolest thing back then. So I just sort of made a shitty impossible level that, in all honesty, isn't that hard. Like, it's like a hard demon in today's difficulty, and back then was probably beatable, but since I was just really bad at the game, I didn't really know. It was... I believe it wasn't at the time. I'm not entirely sure when it broke, but one of the transition just doesn't work. But if you fix that transition, it's like a hard demon at most. And for Sweet Dreams, my first level specifically made for the ILL, I wanted to create a level because I just thought it would be really fun and cool, sort of as an experiment. I went with like sort of old style deco because I wasn't really confident in my deco at the time. I mean, to an extent, I'm still not, but like more so than back then. Especially since like I would just want to focus on making like really hard gameplay. Since that was my first impossible level, it took forever to like play test and like make sure everything worked.
Yeah.
Like mainly I just made it for fun. That's kind of how all my levels are.
What do you make levels for?
Mainly for fun, really, because they're just kind of neat to make. You know, also maybe to get better at decoing, experimenting with different like deco styles, because I try to make each of my levels a little bit different from each other in terms of style.
Your most popular Ill level is Lemmages and Rose. Can you talk about that?
Sure. I mean, I'm surprised that one's the most popular since it didn't really take me that long when when you compare a couple other levels I made. Well, mainly Good Night just took forever, but like La Magicienne Rose, I mainly wanted to make that one because I saw that like impossible levels tend to kind of go towards like the more edgy or like darker side, and I didn't really see any sort of modern style more cutesy sort of bright levels in the ILL, since like a lot of them were just like hell themed or club step or 9 circles or whatever, and I thought it would be a neat departure to have like a pastel pink level.
Yeah.
As well as I also just felt like making a level to that song since I liked the song I've known about it for a while, so
What about the nerf?
Yeah, I'll talk about the nerf. The craziest thing to me is not that the level got a nerf, is the fact that it got verified legit. Like, that's just wild to me. Now, I haven't played the verifier's version of the nerf. I know it's a modified version of Tiffer's original nerf. I played that version before it went through more like playtesting. It was better, but like the gameplay in La Magician Rose just is not meant for playing, as should be obvious.
What do you plan to achieve in the future with ill?
I want to make... I just want to make bangers, you know? Like, that's really what I'm out to do. Maybe something more creative at some point, but like that would require to me have skills in other things, like drawing, like, or like making artistic stuff, and I'm not as confident with that. But I mean, I have ideas for like some really long levels that will probably get fucked over by the scroll speed bug, but whatever.
Yeah.
Outside of ILL, I just hope one day I can get a level rated or something. That's about it.
Do you have anything you like to do outside of GD?
I mean, I do like drawing things, mainly silly creatures, also known as gay furries.
GTFO.
I'm a gamer. You know, I play epic video games like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky.
I think that concludes our show. It was an absolute failure. I'm canceling this shit right now. Keep watching for better Chef Central content, because holy shit, this was an awful start. I'm burning the set.
Do you have time for an interview?
For an interview?
Yeah. Do you have time for an interview?
I think I do, yeah.
Alright, how are you today?
How am I today? I am doing very well, actually. Although
Right,
tomorrow
nice.
is 100% going.
Do you prefer 7-Up over Sprite or Sprite over 7-Up?
I've never drunk 7-Up. I have tasted Sprite, so all I can say is Sprite.
Alright, what's your opinion on George W. Bush?
George W. Bush. Well, he did do the whole thing with the war on Iraq, which was a fucking tragedy for like over 500,000 children and shit. So I say fuck him.
Alright. On the scale of 1 to 10, exactly how wet do you feel today?
How wet? Well, actually, I took a shower like 5 minutes ago, so I am feeling a good solid 7.
Alright. What would need to happen for you to feel 10 on the wet scale?
On the wet scale, I would have to be fully submerged in water.
Alright. Do you prefer painter's tape or scotch tape to fix stuff?
What's the first one?
Painter's tape. It's like scotch tape, but it's like made out of paper.
I have only heard of the second one, so I choose scotch tape.
Alright. And the last question. What do you think about Ballistic Wistfully by Eidos?
Ballistic Wistfully by Atos is a masterpiece created by Atos, the Atos.
Alright, thank you for the interview.
You are welcome.